M47 F43 My wife has been secretly chatting to a guy from her work. Should I be worried? My wife and I have been together for 25 years and have had a very happy relationship and always been really close. A couple of months ago, completely out of the blue, she started having some completely new interests with music, and she floated the idea of becoming a vegetarian. She initially told me the music was just something that she came across randomly and that people at her work had been talking about vegetarianism, which is where her interest in it came from. Gradually, after putting the pieces together from things she said, I worked out that these new interests have stemmed from a guy that she has become friends with at her work. Even though it was a bit out of character for her, I didn't think too much of it. Then a couple of weeks ago, she had her phone connected in the car, and I noticed a few messages coming in from this particular guy, and as soon as she saw the notification on the screen, she immediately said, "It's just work stuff." Fast forward to this week, and she asked me to check something on the calendar on her phone, and when I unlocked her phone, I found that she had the messenger conversation left open with this guy, and they've been messaging each other constantly for months during the day and night. Now, from what I could see, I didn't see anything that suggested anything directly romantic, flirty in the messages. But she was sharing how this music that he was getting her to listen to made her feel, and expressing thoughts and feelings that she's never expressed to me. My gut feel from what I could see was that it seemed like it was my wife who appeared to be the one who kept initiating the conversations between them, as there was sometimes 2 to 3 messages from her for each message from him. The issue I have is that my wife has always been firm with me in the past about her absolute hatred of cheating, and that if I was forming close friendships with girls and messaging them constantly, that it would be a deal breaker for her. This is something I've always been completely fine with and actually agree with, and that's why this has really upset me. I'd say that what's happened pushes into emotional cheating territory, and if the shoe was on her other foot, I know for a fact that she would 100% consider it to be emotionally cheating. I initially decided not to say anything after seeing the messages, but eventually, after a few days, she could tell something was bothering me, so she asked me what was wrong. So I basically asked her about the guy from her work and what was going on between them. She started saying that he was just a work colleague who she spoke to about music, sometimes. I asked how often was sometimes, but didn't reveal I knew how often they were chatting. She said it could be once or twice a day, maybe some days they wouldn't message, which was a lie because it was way more frequent than that. I challenged her further on it and fibbed by saying that I've seen her messaging him before when we've been in bed, and she broke down in tears and said that he's just a guy from work. He's married and they just connected over music. But there's absolutely no romantic connection at all, and she doesn't see him in that way. She then told me that she's going to cut off all communication with him and remove him as a friend on Facebook. She said that she's gutted she's hurt me, and assured me that she loves me and couldn't imagine her life without me. What I'm struggling to process and understand is why she was lying about it, and whether I did the right thing by confronting her about it. In my heart, I know she wouldn't cheat, and that it's most probably just something that started off innocently. But I still can't shake the nagging feeling that when a woman starts adopting the interests of another guy, that it's a red flag, that there was more there than just friendship. She's a hypocrite. She's been hiding it and lying about it. That's pretty much a solid base for cheating. If it was a friendship, she wouldn't have a reason to lie. It was perhaps something that the guy wasn't aware of. But on her side, this is absolutely without doubt an emotional affair. Perhaps she should read more about what an emotional affair is, so she can better understand how it sometimes can creep up on a person. You both obviously need to have talks about your relationship and where you can better support each other. However, she should understand that you may have lost trust in her and you both need to work on repairing that. A lot of this effort will be on her. Don't assume it's now done and dusted, as these things tend to fester. Especially if more info comes to light or there are no consequences or discussions to prevent it from happening again. Secretly chatting. That's all you need to know. If it's innocent, then nothing needs to be secret. You've probably nipped this in the bud. But nevertheless, I'd still be concerned. Make it absolutely clear to her that if you find out she's maintained contact with this man in any way, then it's over and you're walking. You will not tolerate any disrespect from her. It may also be beneficial for her to seek IC to work out why she connected with this man and put your marriage at risk. Good luck. She likely lied to you because she hasn't admitted to herself how much she was texting him, and maybe it was the first time it also dawned on her that she was texting far more frequently than he was. Yes, this might be a red flag. Or it may just be how the world works. Men and women can be just friends. It happens all the time. But men and women can also be attracted to someone else, not respond or encourage their own feelings and move on. Adults form harmless little crushes all the time, just like teenagers do. It may be because of how someone looks, or it may be because of something innocuous they said, or because they remind you of someone you used to know. It doesn't necessarily mean they want to have an affair, but it means they need to recognize what they are doing and adjust their attitude and behavior. This is what makes monogamy a slippery slope. It is ridiculous to assume someone in a monogamous relationship is never ever going to be physically or emotionally attracted to someone else. But a partner in a monogamous relationship should expect their partner to recognize what is happening and pull back. It sounds like your wife didn't recognize what was happening. Only she knows if she ever would have taken it further. All you can do is decide whether to take her at her word. Consider your history with her. Try and understand and share her new interests and move on with your life together. Or decide she crossed a line that you cannot accept and leave. Make her read the book, Not Just Friends by Shirley Glass. She likely will struggle to fully go cold turkey with him. I think you also need to ask your wife, how would you want me to handle this? To reassure you, if the situation were reversed, this person is a coworker of yours, and you are still going to see him regularly. Also, he is going to wonder why you are cutting off conversations outside of work abruptly. What are you going to tell him? Quote, I think the other thing is that ultimately you are going to have to level with her about having seen how many messages were sent. You may have to express to her that you do not believe that someone who has been communicating so extensively with someone else could just cut it off without feeling some kind of sense of withdrawal and even a compulsion to resume this communication. When you begin to hide things from your partner, or in this case being hidden from you, there's a huge problem. Most people who emotionally cheat don't really notice until it's already happened. It's always, we're just friends. Oh good Lord. There are so many red flags here. It looks like an old Soviet parade. Emotionally cheating. Jumps right to the tear works. All the usual protestations. She absolutely had other intentions. Yes, be very worried. Most likely she's bound to cheat eventually if this goes on. She's having an emotional affair at least. I hate hypocrites. People don't lie if there's nothing to hide. I mean, the fake UP breakup text is a thing. They still see each other for work, so who knows, it might continue. She is a walking red flag and hypocrite at that. She has the type of personality who projects their insecurities to others. She is cheating material and she knows it, hence why she set those rules with you. She needs to fix herself first if you want to be in a safe relationship. Yes, be worried. She is forming an emotional attachment with him. And after that, emotionally cheating. And then physically cheating is more likely. And also her hypocrisy about her friendship with him. And what she expects from you regarding your friendships with women. So she needs to cut all contact with him. See from a comment that she has sent him a message about this. So wait and see if it happens. She needs to apologize for her hypocrisy. She needs to apologize for lying and hiding it in the first place. You both need to set and agree to the boundaries of your relationship again. And you both need to be talking more about your lives outside of the home, so that something like this is less likely to happen in the future. She's on her way to cheating, best case. Yes, she definitely had an emotional affair with this guy. When she starts taking time and energy and emotion from your relationship and start giving it to somebody else, that is an emotional relationship. She needs to have a very strong barrier set in. If it's a coworker, then she needs to leave her job to stay with you. She needs to have her phone completely open and available to you, and she needs to be greatly remorseful for what she did. She goes through therapy to find out why she had this emotional affair with this other guy. Good luck, my friend. Your wife's projecting her behavior onto you because she doesn't want her husband behaving the way she does. After 25 years, you know damn well what's going on. I hit 26 years next month, and if I was in your place, I would be carefully considering my future with her. She's not loyal. She's having an emotional affair. At least tell her affair partner's wife as well.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.